Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you not done here. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man began.
Whether they remove the subsidy or not, we will still be in problem. If they remove subsidy, they will share the money. Yeah. They have already shared it before collecting it. They say over 400 billion will go to Jonathan's government. Over 400 billion will go to state government. Over 200 billion will go to local government. They have already spent the money before they earn it. They are just fooling Color Day to come and supervise an empty collection.
No force on earth can stop this revolution. The fact that I am here today with my children, with all these wonderful Nigerians, send the message to Abuja and wherever they are, that the struggle for which we have been planning and working all these years have now taken off.
Governor of the Central Bank, Sanusi, came to Lagos and said, if you don't remove fuel subsidy, Nigeria will collapse. This country is not going to collapse. Those who are going to collapse are those who are cheating the Nigerian people. When my father was fighting, I was 13 years old. I am 50 in 6 months. My son is 16. We still have no electricity. We still have no health care. People are poor. People are dying because of 10,000 naira in this country. And people are stealing. The greatest Nigerian.
For several hours, the speeches went on.
Democracy is government of the people, for the people, by the people. Who are the people of Nigeria? If we have democracy, you must listen to the voice of the people.
the government of our country has decided to impoverish us, we have decided to say no. The pump price of petroleum must revert to 65 naira.
And if anyone was thinking
that seems so like yesterday. That was Ojota in Lagos State, 2012. When the people who believe that Nigeria will not collapse, how can you sell fuel for 140 naira? You want to kill all the poor people? You just want to make us all poorer? You hate us, the poor people, so much? And on and on and on and on for several hours and for several days. That was when they thought they had democracy. But what you have right now is gerontocracy, a pseudo-democratic package, where you are being led by the dead, government of the dead, for the dead, by the dead. And here you are, the campaign of death, poverty, killing, massacre, genocide, kidnappings, rape, and on and on and on. Then you look around, you're like, where is the government? Where are those representing the government? Where is the government to protect us? There is no government because you are being led by a ghost. A ghost president, ghost vice president, ghost National Assembly, ghost military, ghost police, only ghosts that haunt people. That is why the government of Nigeria is more interested in dealing with you for asking too many questions rather than look into the problem and possibly resolve it. Good morning to every one of you from wherever you're watching from. This is Maiyegun live. I decided to give this broadcast this rider, the rider of Dear Liejiriyans. Dear Liejiriyans, suffer, no dey tire una. I mean, in reality now, let us give kudos to those who have managed to stand up for something. They say if you don't stand for anything, you will fall. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And for those who have been taking position about the situation in Nigeria so far, those of them that have been mocked, attacked, vilified, ostracized by Liejiriyans themselves for taking stand, let's give kudos to them, you know, because the reality is that, like Professor Wole Soyinka said, only people who have a mental problem will think Nigeria will work. That's what Professor Wole Soyinka said. If you think Nigeria will still work, you may likely be having a mental problem. There must be some parameters that should guide you or give you that kind of hope before you can be confident to say it out. You don't say Nigeria is going to be better simply because you have faith. You know, like they say we have faith. Just have faith. Believe in God. That is absolute nonsense that you can only say to other mentally, imbalanced people like yourself. If you are thinking that way, you see, those who are even fighting to change the system in Nigeria, those who still believe in one Nigeria, I'm not talking about the humbled slave, the obedient fools. Now, I'm talking about those who have taken position. Who knows that with the way it is going right now, forget it. The end result of Nigeria is either going to be a civil war or an outright breakup in no distant future. They can see it. It's every pointer is, showing that. So they are trying their best to see if they can stop that. That is taking a position. Some of you are not interested in that. Because to some of you, it is about the next, where is the next food going to come from? Even if the devil will supply it, and the devil is feeding and eating the children, it doesn't matter as long as you get your own food. In a way, we should also be grateful to those who have taken position that, you know what, forget it. Those who are who are trying to save Nigeria are only wasting their time, which is true, right? But they have taken position that, you know what, let's break everything up. A position I actually agree with. But I also know that arriving at the position of total breakup comes with what is called a process, which some of you are not really interested in. But whatever it is, Nigeria as it is now, which is not working, obviously, will never work no matter what they do. And there are reasons, pointers to that. So if you then ask yourselves that, when is that time that is likely going to be when the casala will burst enough for people to now see the clearer picture that indeed we can't save this contraption anymore? When is that going to be? Very, very soon. And these are the pointers. They said Buhari was going to come and fight insecurity to protect all of you. That Osinbajo, that's a fake Pastor Ruga, was going to be your economic spiritual leader. Therefore, economy will be fine. Security will be provided. All you needed was just to elect Buhari, which some people did in 2015. After the likes, even of the likes of this guy.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
3 points I wanted to pick out of that video. Tinubu said they will work with you to build a Nigeria that works, that is not corrupt. That's the first point. The second one is Oshiomhole, who said he brought a message of hope. Now that hope, maybe it's part of the hope some of you are clinging on to. The third one, Pastor Ruga said we will invest money in education. All these three are enough to be the, what do you call it, to be the framework of this conversation today, to ask you how far corruption has taken new shape. In fact, the worst of it since these criminals came to power. I can start from now and not even finish on that for the next 2 hours, talking about their corruption cases, their corruption, So when you talk about hope for what exactly? Hope for Armageddon, hope for death, or hope to be able to, to turn you to, the victims of Fulani terrorists. What hope exactly was Oshiomhole talking about? No one could define that. With the increasing insecurity in northern Nigeria, as you are watching this video, the government across northern Nigeria, they are now, contemplating shutting down schools completely from the entire northern Nigeria. Some of them have already, they've already shut down schools. If you go to Sokoto, most of their schools are shut down now, especially in the rural communities because of attacks. Go to Kaduna, they have started shutting down schools too. In Borno, they've shut down more than 80% of their schools. Why? Because that's the security measure they could put in place to protect the people, the children from the bandits, from the kidnappers. So education. That's why we call it Lori Rock. So let's start from, I'm going to be doing this today by asking you, do you remember something to probably trigger that your conscious or subconscious mind, right? Please let me know if the video is quite okay on your screen there. Somebody just messaged me now that the video is skipping. Is it skipping at your own end there? It's fine. Thank you very much for that. So let us continue. So do you remember when these guys said they were going to return the 2 million displaced people, displaced Nigerians, who were those who were displaced during the Boko Haram, terrorism before APC came to power? They said they were 2 million, and Buhari said he was going to return them back to their villages. Yeah. Now, 6 years after that, not just that the 2 million have been unable to return back to their homes. They have now been joined by more than 500% of that. Now, the numbers of internally displaced person camps in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, has grown by over 500%. They now have over 11 million people displaced from their homes, from their villages, from their towns, by who? By these organized terrorists in 6 years. So which means that has created more and more poor people, vulnerable people that the government care, they care no jack hurt about. In 6 years, they told you that when they get to power, they were going to diversify the economy from oil. According to Pastor Ruga, they will diversify from oil to agriculture. They will invest more in farmers so that farmers can have, they'll be able to cultivate and they'll be able to have, abundance of harvest. They were even going to establish, whatever commodity board for farmers in Nigeria so that they will stop and end importation of food to Nigeria. That was what they promised you. But in 6 years, with the onslaught of Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists, and all this manner of terrorism that cut across the entire Nigeria, as we speak, farmers are now abandoning the farms because cows are now, destroying farmlands. This is now leading to more death, killings, and kidnappings that even people have now been so displaced from their homes, not just in northern Nigeria, including southern Nigeria. We received the news that some people were killed in Ebonyi overnight by Fulani bandits. Same report was brought about from Enugu today as well. So what does that tell you? We have Yorubas who are now refugees in Benin Republic. Before now, we used to have all the Nigerians from Borno, from Sokoto, from Katsina, from Jigawa, from Yobe, from Zamfara, from all these places, from Niger, who have run to neighboring countries like Niger Republic, Mali, Chad, and Cameroon, running away because Nigeria couldn't protect them. So the idea of diversifying the economy into agriculture is defeated by the idea of the same government to provide amnesty to terrorists who are causing all these killings for 6 years. When they were coming to power, it was about Chibok. Yeah? Chibok girls. Bring back our girls. Bring back our girls. Even Shekau did promo. He himself did bring back our girls. If some of you remember that video that year. So they came in. They said they were going to bring the Chibok girls back, guaranteed, because Buhari knows how to do it. And there will never be any time again that school children will be kidnapped from schools. Tinubu, all of them were going about speaking grammar, telling all of you in 2014, 2015. Then they came in. 2 years into their government, thousands of people have been kidnapped. Then boom, in Dapchi, in Yobe State, over 200 school children got kidnapped again. But Buhari said there will never be kidnapping of school children again. That's number one. Second one, Kankara school boys, 600 of them kidnapped. Again. Then Kagara boys. Then Jangebe girls. Then Kaduna College of Forestry students. It got to a stage whereby the state governors of Zamfara, Sokoto and Katsina publicly gave amnesty to terrorists, gave them red carpet. They walked into government houses. They sat with the state government, state authority, with the police, military, everyone present. Cameramen, newsmen, everybody present. Nothing happened. And they walked out again with bag of cash. And then they freed thousands of people in their captivities. Nobody was arrested. The business continued. It's either they are getting paid in millions of dollars, or they are being paid in hundreds of millions of naira. That is how terrible it has become in 6 years. So economically, yeah, apart from what corruption has done to Nigeria, the corruption of insecurity in Nigeria has destroyed Nigeria more than what many of you can actually really put together and quantify. The destruction, the psychological destruction, the physical, lives, properties. If you have to put them together, you will, you won't be sitting down right there. If you are in Nigeria, you will be right out there on the street there asking that the criminals who made this life a hell for you should know that you are tired. But again, since you are a normal Nigerian, I am not going to really blame you. You need somebody to come back and do it for you, okay? Or better still, you will pray to God because you don't want to die. I understand. Even though you are tired, but you don't want to die, I know. But you're going to die anyway. We are all going to die, okay? But the thing here is this. Your own case is this. It's so terrible and it's so bad that every day you wake up and you go out there, you have this sense of security that you are safe, that except something happens, you are safe. You have never really experienced near death experience like those who have seen the terrorists one-to-one, like one-on-one. And they went in, they came out, the trauma lived with them forever. So if today, many of them will tell you, if I am driving and I spot anyone standing on the road, on the motorway, I panic because I just feel like there may be another kidnapper. I've read stories. I have listened to many stories. But you haven't gotten to that stage. You can be boxed to any corner and you will still try, as they say, they say if you box Nigerians to the wall, normally they say if you push people to the wall, they will have to turn back because they have nowhere to go again. They will turn back at you and they will fight you. But that is not Nigerian. That is not African. Okay? When you see Nigerians in Nigeria, Africans in Africa, under different dictators, yeah, when they are pushed to the wall, they break the wall. They make hole in the wall and enter the wall. Even if they are going to have to break bones, break everything, they will never, ever, ever turn back. Even asking questions is considered as a sin. So to many of them, Why are you asking us to go and die? Of course, don't. Don't. When the school children get kidnapped from their dormitories, from their hostels, sexually assaulted and then killed by terrorists, like what happened to Liejiriyans. Liejiriyans was among the school children kidnapped in Dapchi in Yobe State in 2018, when the government of Nigeria paid the 3.5 million euros to these terrorists to free these school children. They didn't release Liejiriyans because she refused to renounce her religion, Christianity, according to them. Since she won't, well, she won't go. So they kept her and sold her into the Boko Haram chain, ISIS, whatever chain of command, where we later heard that she is now married to one of the top leaders of the Boko Haram. That man. Well, so that's what happened in Yobe, where they paid money to terrorists, right? But couldn't get out Leah. However, the same government, because that actually really gets to me there, because I just thought of, if you haven't been a victim, and you can't really picture the scenario where school children in their sleeps are kidnapped en masse, not one, not two, not 10, in their undress, successfully assaulted, sexually abused. Some will never live to tell the story, and those who come back to tell the story, they are being propped up everywhere as for media propaganda. Then probably you likely have to ask yourself that when are people really going to get really that tired enough? Tired to break the entire ceiling down. The center can no longer hold, which everyone knows. These same criminals, remember during their 2014 campaign, part of what they told you was, it doesn't make any sense for Nigeria to be the largest oil producer in the whole of Africa, probably second now, and yet could not refine our own oil. I mean, break the chain of poverty, develop your own refineries, refine your own crude oil, serve your own population, which is a big market for oil anyway. But because of their greed and corruption, according to these criminals, because of the greed and corruption of a PDP, no refinery was working in Nigeria. So when they come in, they will build 4 new refineries. They will be building 1 refinery every year. Apart from them making all of the refineries in Nigeria, put them back to work. They will build one refinery every year. Today, the same criminals who promised that, they are now telling you that they are waiting for Dangote to finish his refinery, and they are now using that same template of setting up that price for Dangote, so that one day when Dangote's refinery finally come up in 2022, by then you'll probably be paying 300 naira or 280 naira per liter. You are going to pay it anyway. Then the same criminals who also promised that the ones they come in, they are going to give 3 million jobs every year. They were supposed to create 12 million jobs, create jobs for people. Do you know one of the reasons why crime will continue or will never stop in Nigeria, and why it is a waste of time? If you think Nigeria has a way out of this, no, Nigeria has no way out of it. It has become so irreparable, a point of no return, okay? They promised that they were going to create 3 million jobs every year. People have no jobs. The country doesn't even care whether you have jobs or not. What they care about is, do you have money they can steal? Do you have anything anywhere they can take? wherever they can, put together just to take money from you, they will put it together without giving anything back. Okay. So people then have to resort into, since the country doesn't care, people will have to feed on themselves, right? So people turn to crime. The government that is so corrupt that they can't, they are unable to equip their own security agencies. They are unable to provide the good intelligence that will help them stop crime. They have no capacity because every opportunity they have is just to steal the money, share it, okay? Put up a bogus defense and steal the money, right? Now, more people have choice of just going into crime. The criminal gangs in northern Nigeria, as much as they are killing and killing and killing, right? They are still getting more and more people recruited, joining them. You know why? Because what's the difference? You are going to either get killed by their police anyway, or you get killed by the terrorists. So you can choose your battle. One way or the other, Nigeria will kill you. So they failed to create the job they promised. They met the start of unemployed people in Nigeria. They met the start of 13 million unemployed people in Nigeria. Today, that number has grown to over 33 million, which means over 20 million people have become either unemployed or completely underemployed. So that poverty they are talking about, it is not a fiction. It is a reality. Just check yourself. Before they came in, now that they have escalated the number of unemployed people in Nigeria, doubled and tripled and quadrupled the poverty level in that country, more businesses have shut down in Nigeria, right? More businesses have shut down than new businesses, okay? So crime increased. They have no means. So they resorted into brute force. A brute force that blamed the victims. They blame you. They blame you for everything that is wrong. Of course they do. And I blame you too, for those of you who are actually still standing up for them. You should blame yourselves. In 2023, they are already planting it into your head, what they are going to do for you. Now, in 2023, they will be telling you that they are going to protect you. They are going to provide for the farmers. Tinubu is already asking for national security conference, okay? God will make them accept that national security conference because that is where the discussion of breaking up of Nigeria will be discussed. That conversation they never wanted to have, they will have that conversation if they take that bait of Tinubu, national security conference. They looted Nigeria so bad to the point that they are now relooting the loot that they are recovering. When they recovered Abacha loot, they told you that they were going to use it for what? They were going to share the money. Remember that it was the money that Pastor Ruga was sharing about then. Abacha loot. They said Abacha, some people done that, right? They agreed with Pastor Ruga that Shebi Abacha looted the money, then give the money to the poor people. They said they were sharing 20,000 naira to poor people, Abacha money. Now, they received, this is what happened though, in 2017. They received over $340 million Abacha loot returned. And immediately, they converted the money to Naira. After looting what they wanted to loot from it, they converted it to Naira. They said they were sharing the money to poor people, okay? It was led by Pastor Ruga. The following month, after they shared that money, they approached the World Bank to borrow them money, to borrow them $150 million to tackle polio. They received looted fund of over $300 million. They shared the money to poor people. Now they are returning Ibori loot. Ibori loot is 4.3 million pounds from the UK. Ibori stole the money from Delta people. The Delta people share from their own every month allocation. That's the money Ibori looted, Abi. Now that money is being returned to Nigeria. Guess who is in charge? Malamu, your Attorney General. They will steal that money too. But you know what they are now attaching the money to? They said they want to use the money to complete Lagos-Ibadan Expressway or to complete Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. These are the awarded ongoing contracts from 1999. They have been awarding that. This Buhari's government, they have also awarded the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway contract to the contractors. They borrowed money for the reconstruction they said they are doing on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. They borrowed money from China. They borrowed money to do the Lagos-Ibadan rail line that you currently have, yeah? They borrowed money. Now, the looted fund of Delta people, that money will now be used for the same road that they borrowed money for. China is supposed to be paying for that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway now, okay? Because China borrowed them money. Yeah? So that's the GPT I'm talking about. The money goes back to them. So when you now talk about, let us also remember this, which is also important. Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, the fake Pastor Ruga himself, right? Who said cattle ranching, cattle business is a private business, which everybody agrees. I agree. Cattle business or ranching business, just like your farming business. If you are a farmer and you want to start growing cashew, or you want to grow mangoes, or you want to grow anything, as a farmer, you know what to do. You know that you have to go and get yourself a land, whether you are going to buy it or you are going to, take it on a lease. Then you are also going to have to source for the fund in order to cultivate your farm, because it is your private. Now you can get funding from government, where government has policies to help people like you. Okay, that means you go and seek for funding. When you get the funding, you go back to your farm because you have secured that the valuable material. I mean, the valuable asset, which is the land. It is your private business, for goodness sake, right? Same with ranching. On that farm, you can decide to grow crops. You can decide to to have a livestock section whereby you are going to raise your own type of cows, all kind of livestock. As a farmer, you can go into any of these as a private business. It is your private, and if you want to make it public, you can start a company name, put it out there, and let the public buy shares into it, give it a name, and then invest that money. Buy lands everywhere and start your chain of farm business. That's how it should be done. Osinbajo know that. Tinubu know that. He is suggesting that. But what they are now trying to do is that, yeah, but what happened is these people don't want to do that because they believe that Nigeria is their birthright. Imagine having to deal with people with that mentality. If you don't believe that, how come it is so difficult? It's a question of how come it is so difficult for them to arrest and prosecute just one single Fulani terrorist, or one of those terrorists that have been killing people, just one, in any court, in any part of Nigeria, just one. Nothing. We keep asking, but nothing. But we keep seeing the victims, simply because they have the ideology, the mentality that Nigeria is their birthright. When they say Nigeria, it includes everywhere in that Nigeria. How do you hide that truth from the people? When you want to talk about what is the reason, what is the problem? More people are going to fall into poverty. Absolutely, yes. There is no amount of prayer that will prevent that. Don't be stupid. There's no prayer that will stop a Fulani man with guns coming onto your farm to harm you or destroy your crops. There's no prayer that will prevent that. That it hasn't happened to you yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen to you. This is 2021. So don't be stupid. I mean, So what do you say to those people who have that mentality, and they have had it on record? We have had it on record where they have said it repeatedly that Nigeria was given to them by Almighty Allah after Uthman Danfodio's conquest of the northern Nigeria. It is a mentality that the politically correct elite are trying to hide from you, and the gullible ones who don't even have a clue. I believe that some of those college students of a college of forestry and mechanization or something in Kaduna, they are not little girls, though. They are teenagers and in their early 20s, as we have seen their videos, their video. Definitely some of them given birth to when democracy started in Nigeria. Some of them are like many of you watching me right now on your Facebook page right now. You are watching me right now. You are also adding an opinion that says, my friend, shut up. You are telling me to shut up. You have no idea. Those people kidnapped in Kaduna, who are now, they will need 500 million naira. The government of Nigeria will need to pay 500 million naira to their kidnappers before the 39 of them will be released. Some of them, they have smartphones too. Maybe they are like you too. That you haven't become a victim yet doesn't mean that you won't. You're already a victim of something different that is already, you know what I'm talking about. It is the mentality. And this mentality is not limited to that gun-wielding terrorist Fulani killer. The same mentality is what the person you called your president or the president of Nigeria, it is the same mentality. The same mentality of all the people who have the capacity, who have the wherewithal to stop this madness, to stop this bloodbath, at least for the sake of the women and children. They can stop it, but they won't, because what the terrorists are fighting for is not different from what their own elites also have in mind. Just use your head if you have one. The ideology is that they have right to be everywhere. Constitutionally, even with the fake Nigeria 1999 constitution, right? Everyone have every right to live everywhere legally. But there is nowhere in that constitution that it is written that you can just go into any part of Nigeria and you can claim ownership of the place. It doesn't matter who are the people who the tribe or the ethnic group who actually owns the place. It doesn't matter. So when you have people with that mentality, it will be a stupid thing. It will be a stupid thing for anyone to agree and say Nigeria can still work. How? So if they want to live anywhere, let them do it legally. You don't go into forest, start kidnapping people, kidnapping children, raping women, killing farmers, sending people to refugee camps. That is not something that anyone should accept. Because what that leads to is just it would be a state of anarchy, which Nigeria is currently at. A state of complete anarchy, lawlessness, leaderless. That is the present state of Nigeria. And if you want to have a chart of fixing that, maybe we should first start with giving justice to those who have suffered injustice in Nigeria. That is short, isn't it? Some of you are still comfortable with them arresting, harassing, assaulting, and even killing activists, those who are standing up and taking them up on their shenanigans. You are happy, you are celebrating their... I am not sorry for you. I just know that you will still do what you have to do. But one way or the other, whether you agree that Nigeria should break or not, whether you agree that at this point, whatever they called the binding agreement because that's what they say all the time. Binding agreement that is non-negotiable. They say Nigeria unity or one Nigeria is non-negotiable. So there must be a deal. I'm asking for it. So maybe, there must be a deal that says we must remain one by fire, by force, by death, by terrorism, by anything, by banditry, which we must, and it's non-negotiable. We would like to see that. But whether you agree with that or not, there should be a national discourse at this point on whether people still want to be a part of Nigeria or they don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. Whether you agree with all of that or not, there's something that you will never run away from, okay? And that is the democratization of terrorism in Nigeria and the victims that lie in his wake will get to everybody, everyone, one by one. And at the end of the day, everyone will come back to agree that, you know what, maybe this is it. We've had enough. This is it. We won't be doing it again. We won't be continuing again. Those who still want to be politically correct, or those who want to continue to play the ethnic card, the ethnic superiority card, one day, very soon, everybody will agree that those scammers who told you that they could do wonder, they have failed. Those who knew they would fail, they are not surprised. Those of you who thought you could trust them, right? Now that they have failed, when are you going to get tired of the suffer and then demand for the hand to the suffer? That's why I gave this right there. This. I have a video I'm going to share with you. I am Oduduwa. Toko. For somebody asking that, what about Oduduwa Republic? When you are looking for the Oduduwa Republic patriots, genuine patriots, you will find one in yours truly, Maiyegun. It is not because we need any validation from anybody to say that, but it's just to let you know that if you are looking for credible people who believe in Oduduwa Republic, you are looking for a good example. We are many. We are very many. We are actually growing. And as time goes on, under one united organization that will now coordinate all organizations working and raising awareness, telling Yoruba people that they deserve better, that they deserve better than what Nigeria has to offer. There will be a time that you will have this umbrella body that will coordinate all groups together, and then we will push it to the point of, at the same time, of no return. It's already there. We have the tools. We have the capacity. So if you're looking for a brother, if you're looking for a patriot, a compatriot, here you are. You can join me. But it is going to be about a process. I keep telling people, when we talk about the problems that brought Nigeria to this level, we must also be bold enough to name the names of those who played the role of this total destruction. Okay? And I keep saying it, don't point fingers without being certain. Because when you point fingers, you will find out that your own brother, your own sisters, from your own tribe, from your own ethnic group, they also played a role. They are still playing it now in this total destruction and annihilation of the people in Nigeria. Massacre, sacrifice, trade by barter of lives and properties by these criminals in government. They are not just Fulanis. Do not deceive yourself. Don't create that alternative fact for yourself. When you look at the army of these criminals in charge, you will see Yorubas there. You will see Igbos there. You will see Hausas there. You will see Ijaws there. Efik, Inupe, Fulanis, and all of them. They are your senators. They are your governors. They are your assembly members. They are your commissioners. They are the ministers. They are the people in position of this authority you talk about. They are your police IG. They are your police commissioners. They are your police AIG, military commanders. When you look at them critically, you will see the bigger picture. If you have anyone to get rid of, you have to get rid of those who are speaking for your own tribe in this project, Nigeria. It starts from there. The awareness about letting people know that yeah, they are already messed up. Things are bad. I mean, very bad. You can't tell me otherwise. There is no situation that should make people run away from their homes, and become refugees, not in another town, not in another city, but in another country. There's no way you can convince me that it hasn't gotten bad. That bad. It is worse. It is like the people of Glasgow, running away. All of us packing our bags, our children, our family, running away, and we run to France because some people are killing and burning our houses. Think about that. That is exactly what happened. And it is not just happening, it's been happening for years. But people who thought they would never become victims because they are living far away from northern Nigeria, they are living far away from it. They thought they would never be. My own state, Awolowo State, the place where Awolowo come from, Ogun State, Yorubaland, Oduduwa land, our own brothers and sisters, our own brethren, they are now refugees in Benin Republic, and somebody is saying it is not that bad. Are you being serious? So you are typing it right now on your phone, telling me that telling all of us that it is not that bad, or you are telling Maiyegun to shut up, yeah? And you are typing that from the comfort of your own room right now. Some people, over 10,000 of them, they are now living in IDP camps with children, women. 5 of those women, pregnant, they gave birth. Why they were running away? They gave birth in the forest. Why they are running away from their killers to Benin Republic? So tell me what is more. Even if a single family have to run away from their home for the sake of their lives, that should call for concern. But we're not talking about hundreds of families, thousands of people, including children, women, from Ogun State to Ogun State. And if I sit down there and I'm telling you that if those who claim to be Yoruba leaders, let's even put it this way, how come this is not even the big news in Yorubaland right now? That Yorubas are refugees in Benin Republic. How come it is not big news in Yorubaland that people should be calling for different emergency meetings right now? These people have been in the forest, running away from their villages for more than a month now. And it is not even a big thing in Yorubaland. Does that not tell you something? Vice President of Nigeria, Ikene Shatabandu, is from Ikene, Ogun State. And it is not even a news. It is not a big thing. Nobody is really it is not a big thing in Southwest right now. Why? Have you asked yourself that? Or maybe I should share this. Let me show you. Look at them.
Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country. That's the reason why we migrated to this place. We are forcefully migrated to this place due to that. By force. It's not by willingness. Women. Man or women. How much are us, man or women? Only you. Are dying here. Both the women and men migrated from that area. No. And then people died.
They say how many people they kill there.
There are still many people. But that our many people. Many people have lost their lives. People are still migrating because of that. At Nodudu and other areas. What happened? It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow.
They are killing the people
anyhow. They will move from any village, from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down to
Why is that not a big news? Like everyday news on every TV in Yorubaland right now. Why? Because that's the question I keep asking myself. That why? That's a big thing. As a Yoruba man, yeah, that's a big thing. I never in my life ever envisaged any day that Yorubas will be refugee in another country because they are running away from foreign invaders, foreign terrorists that are killing them from one village to another. Why is this not a big news in Yorubaland right now? How come everything looks normal? Because that is what they want it to be. In the next few years, you are going to get used to the news like that. Yes, you are. Of course, you are going to get used to it. Because they will tell you every time you try to say anything, they will call you the troublemaker. You want to start problem. You are a troublemaker. They will call for your arrest. They are hallelujah boys. They will justify it. The Momo boys in Lagos, the Lagos Abobakus, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the crumb eaters. They will agree. You are a troublemaker. How can you sit abroad, be talking about people as refugees? Now today people they be refugee. That was what somebody told me. Maiyegun, abegi. Now today people they be refugee. It's even better in Benin Republic. Benin Republic has electricity. I was like, God damn it, man. Oh boy. They have done us bad. Honestly speaking, they did us bad. People actually sat down and they said that. My friend, Benin Republic is even better than their village. Refugee in Benin Republic with your children, family is better. And you read a Yoruba man or a Yoruba boy, a Yoruba fake account, typing that on social media because that is what they are programming everybody to get used to. Get used to being kidnapped and pay ransom. Get used to your children being kidnapped and government pay ransom. Get used to government giving amnesty to the terrorists while you watch your people turn to refugees. It's been over a month now. I am yet, this will be the often time I'm going to be saying this. I am yet to see any government agent from Nigeria or from Ogun State or from Yorubaland in Benin Republic to go and take care of these people. I am yet to see one so far. And we have been talking about it for the past 2 weeks, that they have been there, women, children. That is what they want us to get used to. We'll be getting used to it. Stop talking about it. Stop creating problem. You don't like, you hate, it's because you hate these people, because you hate that people. What do you take of that? That today, in your lifetime, you are watching Yorubas. Not only that we are losing all our economic value, the same Nigerian government, for their own evil reason, they shut down the southern border, Yoruba borders. They shut them down, shut down many businesses in Yorubaland, and they left the northern border porously opened. And 6 years after all the madness, now Yorubas have to deal with terrorists who cross the border, terrorists that the government called foreign bandits. You see what they are doing? That is what they want us to get used to. And that is why, if you are one of those who are condemning the Sunday Igboho and other Yoruba freedom campaigners, Yoruba defense warriors, if you are one of those condemning their tactics and their approach, let me just say this to you. If I'm going to be honest, just know this: you are a madman. Believe me. Because if you have an idea of what is coming, you won't sit on your own ass there, even though if you can't do anything, but then turn against those who choose to act, put their lives on the line to make somebody like you to live for another day, not in the kidnappers' den, because that is what they are now trying to program everybody to accept. Do you understand that now? You will get used to the news of people being kidnapped, being freed, school children being kidnapped, being released. So as Yorubas, you say, now the first time, not be the first time, they will release them. And as everybody is now, as many people have now become so used to them, the kidnappers coming boldly to kidnap school children in their hundreds, then release them after ransom is paid. Now, you as a Yoruba, the same thing you never thought could happen, happening now in Yorubaland. We have started recording refugees. Now we have recorded their kidnappings en masse in Yorubaland, but we haven't witnessed school kidnappings, but we're going to witness it. If people like you and your ideology, and your own mumuism is anything to work with or any template to work with, we're going to get there. But we thank God that we have people that will still stand up, and people like us who will continue to give them support. Yes, all of us can go out there and fight physically, but there are many of us that can really move. We can move mountains. Yes, we can move things and get things done. Logistically, and everybody will have to play a role. Yeah, we all have to play a role, one way or the other. So if your role is to continue to share the information that help people to get up-to-date info on what is going on, you are playing a role. If your role is to contribute and raise funds to support the security in Yorubaland or continue to support the Oduduwa Republic campaign, if that is your own role, you are playing a role. Not all of us will go out there and pick the gun, especially when we have enough of us who can play in different capacity to make everything work out well. So pick a role. I have chosen many as we speak, and then you too can, because it is either we get used to it or we come out to say, oh boy, we don't suffer and we are tired. And you don't say it, you take action. That's why I'm going to that's why I've pitched my tent with those who chose Oduduwa Republic rather than Nigeria. But for somebody like myself who knows that in reality, everything is a process, I consider the awareness on Oduduwa Republic as it is currently going as a process, as a means to an end, not an end to itself. So pick a role. The tiredness, or let me say the sufferness, is democratized. You are going to have your own share if you are living in Nigeria. If you are not already having it, because you are already having it anyway, right? You can choose your own battle now. Leave all these hallelujah boys, okay? The Facebook bandits, the social media herdsmen, the Buhari Deans, Buhari Diderins, or the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dichatus, or the Buhari Shukus, Ngoziari, Nekaris, obedient fools, humble slaves, sophisticated morons, or the Mumumados, the Bella lecturers, and co, okay? Ignore all of them. We call them the hallelujah boys. They are called collateral mumus. But if your mind pick one battle now, pitch your tent to it. I have a great respect, even a greater respect to my own president. I call him Mr. President, Omoyele Sowore. He's picked a battle that is also a pretty much, you know, a sort of mobilization ground, yeah, for what is still to come. Those who want to do a republic, those who want Biafra, everybody who wanted their own country, including those who even want one Nigeria. Only one thing will give everybody what they want: a revolution. We haven't gotten to that stage yet, as I see it, but we are so close. Something will ignite it, and it's so soon. It's so close that will happen. Eventually, if you have picked a battle, you'll find out that we're all asking for the same thing. Let humanity lead. Treat humans as humans. Respect them. Protect them. Be humans yourself if you have the opportunity of leading them. At least be human enough to fulfill your promises. In doing so, you are saving a day like this, a day of doom for a country that has been, for the people in a country that have been so long neglected. Now, maybe not everybody will have to break the wall when you push them to the wall. There are many young Yorubas right now who feels like they have been pushed to the wall. Their political leaders are not speaking for them. They are not representing them. They will take their destinies into their own hands. I pitch my tent with them. They are my own fellow comrades. They have been pushed to the wall. They are not going to enter the wall. They are going to fight back. Fighting back will start with those who are parading themselves as Yoruba leaders, but they are currently sabotaging the Yoruba interest, impoverishing the Yoruba people. And in fact, they are ready to sacrifice the lives of the Yorubas in order for them to continue to maintain what they are benefiting from Nigeria. They will be the first people that this generation will fight. That's exactly the verdict, if you are watching me today. So this generation will use every tool we have to what? To destroy those who are currently speaking for Yoruba, in the project Nigeria. We will do everything to get them destroyed, all their empires destroyed, whether they are going to live to see it or maybe they are going to see it when they are dead, whatever it's going to be. The battle of this generation should be destroy those who continue to use us as pawn whenever they are trading with Nigeria. If not, no state governor will be suggesting building any ranch for any Fulani terrorist in any part of Yorubaland. You will never dare it if you are speaking for Yoruba people, because there is no state governor there that is currently campaigning to give free land and money and build the land to ranches for all of the Yoruba farmers who are interested to come and take. But you want to do that for a Fulani that the federal government of Nigeria couldn't provide anything for. The government of Nigeria that brought them in, that told them that they will give them schools, they will build schools for them, they will build ranches for them, they will build hospitals for them, they will do this and that for them if they come in. The federal government of Nigeria of APC, Egbekegbe, abandoned them. So any Yoruba governor you see trying to implement any national livestock policy nonsense in any state in Yorubaland is an enemy of Yoruba people. It's the enemy of his own people. Therefore, if you look around, we have so many of such enemies. In Ekiti State, Fayemi is doing the same thing right now. They are allocating land. They are working on how to put land together to build their own Ruga. Same thing in Oyo State. They won't call it Ruga. They want to give it a different name. Use the Yoruba resources to build something that the northern governors, those who speak the same language like them, those who brought them in and abandoned them, those who control 70% of the landmass in Nigeria, but yet they couldn't build one single Ruga in 6 years to accommodate at least a section of those they brought into the country. But when you see a Yoruba governor, when you see a Yoruba politician telling you that you don't know what you are talking about, you have no idea of what you are talking about, and he's preaching to you. When you see a Yoruba Oba or a Yoruba paramount traditional leader telling you that for peace to reign, it is the right thing to do, know this: they are the automatically publicly identified enemy of the people. Identify them. And when we are going to destroy all the empires they hold, everything that makes them or put them in that position to say that nonsense, when we go for those, identify those who are speaking against Yoruba, those who are doing everything, even those who are keeping quiet, yet they have the capacity to speak for their people, protect them. but they chose to keep quiet. Notice them. This is the generation that will go after them, including Tinubu. The heat is boiling. The whole thing is turning on. And let me tell you this. When the whole roof comes crashing, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, they will have no chance of saving these Yoruba ox, political ox, or except if they change their mind. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain. Whenever you think, today's sermon is just to ask you, if sufferness, no, they tire you. It's up to you what you make of my message today. Okay? So I am responsible for what I say. Every word that came out of my mouth, I am responsible for every word. I am not responsible for how or what you make of everything I said. If they don't make sense to you, thank you for joining me. And if this made a lot of sense to you as well, as usual, join me later tonight on Maiyegun's Diary Politico YouTube. If you have the chance, do. If you don't, again, I'll see you when I see you. Good afternoon and goodbye.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Díjọ ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.